You will make it TV's platforms to yours. Come on in. You're invited as we cover another live segment topic about real situations, real dilemmas, real problems, real solutions as well, uh, that we can start considering because there are real things going on around us, within us, at a distance from us, and these things, these different scenarios and situations that do end up playing out in real life, I believe God allows them to show us something, to teach us something. I don't want to say show us. So we know God is all powerful, right? Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you to our subscribers so far. We appreciate your support 1,000 times. Shout out to the fathers across the world today too. Not that it's Father's Day already, but I'm giving a happy Father's Day from the You Will Make It TV YouTube channel. Some of the women like to joke, have been single mothers and tell themselves happy, but it's still nothing like a father, you know what I mean? But if you are a woman who's been feeling those shoes, it's still happy Father's Day to you, but it's like, nobody's ever going to really tell us that like that we are a single parent. Father's Day is for the fathers. We're not going to take their shine because they oftentimes don't take Mother's Day. So even if you've never had a father or wasn't raised with one, what's wrong with showing gratitude? Maybe, a card, a bouquet of roses to a father you do see who's been actively and persistently in his children. Or when I talk about fathers here in Father's Day, that goes for stepfathers. All kind of different people have helped raise children, and they deserve their respects too. Thank you guys for your support. And it's just, I had to come here and cover this topic. Rest in peace to the couple, and they over some stupid internet beef. We can think it's about internet beef, y'all, but I do believe we all have a time to go, and God knows the time before we do. Some people have tried to even control being here, when they're here, when they take their life. That's why you hear a lot of suicide stories. It wasn't their time to go. Because just what is it like living amidst the culture of internet, social media beef for clout? Because people once knew how to utilize this for promotion and marketing. I don't know what's going on now. They want the beef to be real. I mean, you're really hearing people are losing their lives or losing things or losing their identities to the internet. I hope it's not a war against technology already, because to save my kids, to save myself, when it comes to us, it's like bye-bye internet, especially if it's got to be beef all the time. Because what touched me about this story right here, the couple was influencers. They lost their lives, and the person who took their life was an influencer. And it's just, I don't want to call it crazy. That doesn't, like, do people not see this? It's very, very sad to me. You know what I mean? That you could, that's a mistake people been talking about though. You can't go out in public on live like that. Not anymore. They want to justify it and say, well, he was beefing with another YouTuber for the longest. Look how they quickly make that the case. Not the media, people will say that. Because, I'm still a firm believer there's no justifying those type of acts out of envy and jealousy. We was talking about envy and jealousy on another live topic the other day. People be whole envy and jealous of your opinion or your topic or something you feel consciously. It's crazy. And if you share it publicly, look what's happened. But rest in peace to that couple. Like I said, I believe God allows things to happen for a reason. He also puts a halt on things for a reason. Like he'll stop, slow down something to get all of our attention about something. Because I just wonder, they said people are in the surrounding areas are already asking themselves, do they even want to stay on social media? People that live around there that were witnesses probably to the unalivings, because they said the unalivings were on live. Like the perpetrator probably did it like that on purpose. It's very sad. But who was the other one? PNB Rock. He was another rapper in California just out there eating, minding his business. And somebody thought it would be smart to go live and show his location. And y'all thought it's not an important discussion. I do not play that. People will try to come around you. They be strangers with their phones out recording you. Like, make sure that people in the backgrounds around you are okay with being on camera, first of all. Because many people have lost their whole lives on live, y'all. Live streaming. Because some idiot wanted the world to see it. This is how it leads me to say something like this. Like, who would have ever thought freedom would make people so sensitive? It's almost like showing, hey, God, we actually don't respect freedom. It's like they suddenly want to, it touches me a different way. They suddenly want to make freedom look like a burden. Freedom looks so confusing. Freedom is what it is. There's no confusion surrounding it. There's no violence or anything to think about when you think about freedom. Yet still, time and time again, we see influencers losing their lives doing what they want to do out of freedom. That's really what it is. Why would you need censorship and you got people on the streets don't want to see you do good that'll try to speak you? You don't need a censorship police anymore. It's people out here already just putting themselves in them shoes, giving themselves that authority. They want to control who's on the internet and who's not. And I think it's a little too late for anybody to be trying to do that. These days, anybody can go get a phone, a tablet, any type of device and straight connect to the internet. Just giving a moment of silence again, because that is so unfortunate. When I first seen the story, it's like one of the couple members looked familiar, like I had seen their channel before. Y'all know how people have those relationships, they share their relationship, they have like a vlog, you know, and these are some of the most popular vlogs today. Let's talk about it. Where the couples literally are showing their lives every day, whether they're traveling or do-it-yourself projects, how-to videos. And shout out to the couples out there that did, you know what I'm saying, choose to come to the internet and more show us their lives. Because a lot of these couples just be trying to teach us. Like, look, we're a successful couple. They not saying, hey, we're showing our life on the internet for y'all to do exactly what we do. Because people be like, don't glamorize or fantasize about couples just because you see them on the internet happy. People been saying it. You don't know what that couple is going through behind the scenes because they come and do shorts every day or they come and do videos. And so many people, it's like it's a whole group out here working to prove that content creation isn't a job, when the truth is it always has been, it always will be. Anything you put work into is work, first of all, whether you're being monetized for it or not. The people aren't envying the monetization anymore. I think they envy the attention. Like, it's really crazy how the internet has slowly turned people into attention monsters. Like, you can tell the ones that's not, somebody that just sit on social media all day just sharing they life. If they're being monetized, I don't have nothing to say about it. That's their life. Even if they're not being monetized, there might be a whole purpose in what they do their videos and shorts for. But like I said, man, I don't know if it's an extreme group or what, but there's definitely been too many instances where it's like this. Somebody got to come show an influencer that they don't like what they do. When or will these things ever change? That is so crazy. If a person can envy you on the street, that's what I'm saying. They can envy you on the internet. And it's just stupid to me. You envying somebody for what they post, what their pictures or their. One thing about content, anybody can do it. I've been seeing people in wheelchairs, disabled, people with 9 kids. I'm not kidding. People like this with channels, successful channels. Everybody's life is different. Hell, I've seen pilots with YouTube channels. I mean, maybe just because they want to show their life of what it's like to be a pilot, and people enjoy channels like that. But back to me saying the popularity has increased in those couple channels where it's a couple, like literally. I do this type of work. I just don't choose this. Oh, let me go jump in a fake relationship views, because it really is something anybody can do. It really is. Talk about it. Like literally, if I wanted to make a decision today to pay a man to be my man so we can create content together. Uh, so, because like I said, it's popular. I always see the opportunity in things anyway. Like, am I saying, okay, my next relationship, I gotta do a vlog, a couple vlog. What we can admit is the couple vlogs, those couple channels and videos on TikTok and stuff. Those are the most popular today. What's y'all opinions? Leave it in the comments. People just love those. They want to see how you live and how do you get by. I mean, you chose to come and show it. All I say though, in understanding, and I care for the couples that come on, whether they know it or not. I say, like, if you choose to be a couple that get on here and vlog and live stream and all that, the man gotta do better protecting their woman in the relationship, because the men know firsthand the internet is not safe. I wonder who be convincing each other to do the couple vlogs. Assume that most time it's women. They be the one that convince them, like, hey babe, let's get on YouTube. I mean, I'm just not willing to believe it's always men that are coming up with the idea to start a couple Instagram page. That's usually something your woman wants to do. Let's start I'm just like, what? The whole couple's being targeted? It's just hurtful to see the comments on the circulating story. Some people like, well, they were beefing. That's not enough. That's stupid, y'all. Once again, internet beef, entertainment beef used to be reserved marketing and entertainment purposes, right? But look how it seems like the new generation of people, they cannot handle beef just for promotion and marketing. Like, they can't do it, bro. They have not the right intelligence a little bit. They don't understand, hey, it's just for promotion of your music, or this is just for promotion of your channel. People be wishing real, what's that called? Beef on your life. They want to see you actually beef. It makes me think of Tupac and Biggie. Like, maybe that was it's so sad. We can't be talented no more without being in danger. We can't be skilled anymore, gifted, without being in danger. This is what I mean. Even if you do have a power seat, it's usually 1,000 more fighting to get close to you, just because they know you have that power. Even before the money, if you obtain power first, you have a little more influence, and it's like people are sitting back studying it, and they want to get close to those with the influence, and if they can't, they're gonna feel some type of way about it. My reminder is that the main ones people should be out here trying to influence and inspire is themselves. And if you're not doing it with yourself yet, how can you, like somebody like me, I've been inspiring my own self for years. Like long before I was on YouTube. I've just been inspiring myself. Like, that's not something I can make up at all. Like, or I always naturally influence others before social media even was here. That's not something I'm just dying or fighting to prove, though. I'm taking a slight pause break. I'll be right back, guys. When I come back, we're going to actually read from the story about what happened on that Las Vegas Strip that night. All I know, as far as reading in between the lines of the story, is that somebody was live streaming while another person chose to come out in whole public looking for them so he could hunt them down and do what he wanted to do with them while they were live streaming. Ain't that crazy? I saw a clip, supposedly the brother was riding around. He was riding around before he even caught up with him. That's crazy. Because at that moment, maybe people could have started. When people go live sitting up there threatening to hurt themselves or others, y'all need to take that serious instead of giving them attention and clout. Because that couple's life, in my opinion, could have been saved if people already had seen their attacker riding around claiming he was looking for them, saying they had beef. Most times, though, I don't know, these type of people full of envy and hate, it's going to tell on itself every time. It's going to tell on, because, like, they always going to show it through the smallest ways. Like, yeah, I don't like that content creator. Start paying attention to people when they talking like that. If somebody, that's probably why people don't talk about people like that around me no more. Like, I'm going to be assessing what you're saying and how deep you seem to feel like you hate a person or you don't like their channel and what you saying you don't like it for. Because, hell, for all we know, you're targeting that person. You're envious of that person. It's sad. Like, in other countries, I don't see them having to sit down and explain to their people how social media can be dangerous. But we trying to stay on topic here, because when it comes to live streaming, that's another increased popularity today. It's all kind of ways you can post videos and photos. Live streaming is you actively, like what I'm doing right now. You literally recording on live and people can follow you while you're doing it. These are not features we created. These are features that are available on the social media platform. And I know the originators and creators of these platforms are sick right now because they probably never imagined, they create something like live and people are trying to demonize anything they possibly can. It's sad. If I was a social media creator, I would be so disappointed right now in the things I'm seeing with how people choose to abuse live streaming features. And I'm not talking about the live streamers, but it's just a criminalistic way to think. Just like with Shanquilla Robinson, I can literally go through a list of names right now of different stories where it was like the attackers had to have their victims on live just to prove a point. You think I'm not aware? And I still choose. I'm not finna go that far in my personal life to prove anything to anybody. Peace is one of the most valuable, expensive things that any one of us could ever have. Peace. I'm sad because it was a whole couple that lost their life this time. It make us almost ask ourselves this question: is YouTube worth our lives? Because more content creators are asking themselves. It is what it is. It said the people even in the area of where that crime happened are, like, some of them just left social media for a while, which makes sense. If somebody going around hurting people that's going live, you might reconsider your steps for a second. Something that should be one of the safest jobs you can do. Content creations, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody. I'm talking about, you got kids, young people, old people. So this is not one of those things I'll ever understand, how a person became envious of it. When we all have our own unique individual features, talents, skills, backgrounds, you can make a channel about anything. I've been wanting to say this for so long because people act like you really have attained something they can't reach. And even if you did, What happened to asking people the proper way? Hey, show me the ropes. How much can I pay you for you to show me how to do that skill? People don't want to ask you that no more. They coming in wanting to see how they can take it. How about I just follow you, stalk you, and then copy your ways? Why come ask you? Why come ask you? Why pay you anything? It's crazy. It seems like it make more sense though, if y'all feel where I'm coming from. The old way, if you wanted to be mentored about something, if you needed a coach, even a life coach, they got whole life coaches. They got dietary coaches, writing coaches, publicist coaches, athlete. There's coaches for the athletes. What I'm saying is there's always somebody, because this segment might help somebody. There's always somebody who can help lead you, guide you towards the direction of career that you are trying to go. Or am I mistaken? There's somebody you can say, hey, I want to become a better clerical assistant. Even jobs, if you be straight up with them and tell them, I am here, I want this job today because I am looking for more skills or experience, or I'm looking to get better or strengthen in this area of my life. There are jobs that would literally hire you for saying it. Not for clout, but because they see that you really are trying to learn a skill, a trade, something on your own that you can use for your own self and your own family. Not sitting out here stealing everybody else's work, tasks, agendas, even taking their lives just so you can look like you were the original creator. Boy, if the book of Genesis, the first chapter, has not been speaking through the people's behavior today, I don't know what has. I said it, the book of Genesis. Just chapter 1 has played itself out so many times right here before our faces. What do I mean by that? It talks nothing about the creator and the creations with the S in chapter 1 of Genesis. It makes it very clear God's characteristics and identity as a creator in the first chapter of Genesis. Think about it. You think that's just in there? Well, we're going to put in chapter 1 about me being a creator. I'm God, and we're just going to put that for no reason. He makes it very clear who he was as a creator and how he's created human beings in his own image, which would mean they're creators too. What is my point? You're coming against the natural cycle of life to sit there and stop anybody from exercising their right to create. That's crazy. Whether it's a baby, which yes, we do need to police that more because people just be making babies these days. I'm not going to say I was a firm wholehearted 100% believer in Planned Parenthood, but I do say the act of planning parenthood better can be implemented better. That's why on some extreme topics lately, people have talked about how we actually did see more Planned Parenting in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. There was like more programs, more avenues, resources for a person who was truly looking to plan parenthood accordingly. This means they wanted to be more prepared before the children got here, or the child that's planning your life accordingly before their kid is even here. Now, not everybody got the chance to do that. That's why we're talking about it. Not everybody got the chance to plan. This is how I'm going to have my baby at 40. We're going to move. I'm going to go to Harvard University. Planned Parenthood. Okay? Just because the organization, it should have never stopped there. Us as the people have to be willing to plan parenthood a whole lot better. It's funny, I'm sure while I'm doing this stream right now, somebody somewhere having a baby. You see what I mean? And whether they planned it or not, we don't know. Shout out to the married couples out there. I wasn't trying to be offensive and say the man was not protecting his wife. I said that I feel like channels that are those couple channels, vlogs, wouldn't you have more protecting to do? Because now you've chosen to bring your wife, girlfriend, significant other to the internet and show off y'all relationship. Once again, I don't want to sound like a hater. I've always been inspired for those channels, especially if you're a hopeless romantic. I ain't gonna call myself that, but I'm one of those people who will always love a beautiful love story, especially if it's different. You know, what's different about your story and how y'all met? Did you meet at a restaurant? Did you meet at the club? Were you introduced by a friend? That stuff used to matter. Do people even ask anymore how people met? How they ended up together? Why they love each other? How many ask their significant others frequently, why do you love me? And not out of insecurity, not out of, just asking, normalizing it. Why do you love me? Why do you think I'm a good companion for you? Why do you find me attractive? What is it about me? Ask your partners that more often. Because why am I bringing this up? This man was gunned down with his wife right there. They were content creators, him and his wife. That's different from just saying, oh, a content creator lost their life. So now you got couples being targeted? Wake up and pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. And be careful when you are sharing your relationships like that on the internet. This is not 10 years ago. Y'all know why I said 10 years ago? 10 years ago, I can remember on social media. Those were the good days, if you will. Because if you just posted a picture of a happy relationship, that's what the people believed. On IG, YouTube, wherever. Let me make something clear about how I use my channel too. Because people might say, she seems to make a lot of posts or post a lot of pictures or post a lot of captions. Or she just seems to use her channel a lot differently, and I do that intentionally. Now, YouTube is a different environment from Facebook, right? Or LinkedIn or some other social media platform. YouTube is specifically for streaming, tubing, videos. If you bring your personal life, like, to be honest with people, I have some gifted and talented now that I'm not so quick anymore to show everybody on social media. If I know my child is talented, I know that, whether I reveal it to social media or not. I feel like my child is beautiful. She has all these talents. You know what I mean? It doesn't take that away from her just because I don't choose to bring it to the internet immediately. But yeah, it was another one, a story out of Texas, I believe, where a couple was just at a 4th of July party. What was this, 2-3 years ago? Another couple. The man didn't get hurt in this story, but the woman did. What are the similarities in the two stories? Both couples happened to be live streaming when their attackers found them to try and attempt to deliver their demise. Yeah, that young lady, I forgot her name, rest in peace to her, because I want even our angels like that lost their lives like that might be watching and guarding over us. We didn't have to know them before they lost their life. Our similar common interest is that we were content creators. Anybody that's lost their life doing it. Just like musicians that lost their life, or actors, or gymnasts. Any career you can think of. If a person loses their life during or after being dedicated to a specific career, you want to give them their respect in their career while they was here. Because what I think they do is eliminate them. So I'm telling you, it's like people are envious of the attention. How do you respond to that? It's like, oh, okay, you want to take that person's life because they were a big content creator and you was hating on them and y'all had beef. How about we keep that person's legacy and memory alive? Anyway, that's why most people usually do. They'll holler, in loving memory of such and such. You know, that's always been a way that we exhibit, like, hey, we just because you take a person from some of us or take us away, there will might be others who choose to keep that person's memory alive. What do we say? In loving memory. Feel free to leave your opinions in the comments. What does that statement mean to you after somebody has passed on? In loving memory. If you're keeping somebody's memory alive in a loving gesture, you're definitely going to be mentioning the positive aspects of their life while they were alive. And if they were a content creator, then why wouldn't you give them their reverence? Let's start getting the views up more after they have lost their lives, then support it some kind of way. I think with this couple right here though, guys, just to put that info out there, there is a GoFundMe, last I checked, circulating, where we can help contribute. If I find that link again, I will make it my business to leave that information in the comments section. That's just not something I do. I made a post the other day. I will never ask people. First of all, I've never made a GoFundMe on the internet, period. It's like times I probably started the process or thought about it, but I'm not bragging. This is a humble flex. I will find a way to hustle it before I'm not being funny, because GoFundMe has helped a lot of people. And then I will find a way to literally hustle it. It's 1,000,001 ways still today, right now, to make $10, $100, $1,000, $1,000,000. It's no other way to look at it. And yes, GoFundMe is one of those ways, but I never personally created one. I know that much. And I've never, if I didn't know you like on a personal level, I haven't met you, like physically met you on a personal level where you like know me, you're familiar with me. If you were like that to me, you probably known me to ask for a donation, a contribution or something like that. But if I don't know you like that, that's just one thing about it. I'm not just gonna come out on the internet and ask for nothing. That's the record and the story for sure, at least the past 5 years. That doesn't mean you did it before. I'm just saying how you can recollect a shorter period of time faster than you can further back. But memories are memories. What were we just talking about? When they say in loving memory of somebody or something, it usually is because it's gone, or that person is gone, but you want to keep the memory alive in a loving manner and gesture. I think some people they get to that stage later. Everybody have different stages of grief. It's really deep. People have different stages of grief. Let me start there. And then one stage might last longer than the next. Because to get to the point of saying in love and memory and mean it, putting it on a t-shirt, typing it in words, even just feeling that way naturally, if you're going to think about that person, you're going to choose to think nothing but the positive memories. Because it's a loving memory. A person with a real deep heart might have a loving memory that people are shocked about. They might say, why is that a loving memory to you? But to you, it's a loving memory. You know, all I'm saying is I feel like that statement is deeper. It deserves more reverence and understanding, like us talking about it. Because just as natural as babies being born every day is, we lose people. So many people are walking around here right now just hurt, man. They're not the same because they lost somebody. And people knowing that alone is a reason they still use this. So I'm speaking on in love and memory because it gotta mean something even after people are gone. Content creators can get up to thousands, millions of views on content, and they work hard on what they do. Uh, Anyways, we just remembering it and giving more peace, sending more peace and positive and healing vibes to the family and survivors of that couple. They probably were just out having fun. We know if you're in Las Vegas, you're having fun probably. They were out anyway. That's what people talking about, because it was, people are doing that. They just like, it's being more normalized. These open mass type outings. Because if you're out in public walking down somewhere like Las Vegas, or they have the what's they called in Louisiana, Mardi Gras, open events like that, they know it's probably like at events now. They should start asking at the door, how many of y'all are YouTubers when you walk through the door? Content creators of any sort. How many of y'all got TikToks before you even come in this club? It's like, that's the level it's finna get to. You checking on the paper. Do you have a social media? Before you come into this mass event. Let them answer at their time. If they lying, I feel like that could be discovered anyway. But if you have a social media, going into public places, it's crazy to say. It's like they don't need to be allowed in there. It's weird. Like, you're on there all the time. You showing the world your life all the time already. Why do you need the social media in the club, in the grocery store? People be like, it's my right. But like I said, what are we making freedom look like then? It's your right to have a phone, a camera, live stream, have a social media. Yeah, y'all right. It's the person's right. But we don't want to stop at that. What are people using their rights to do? So if I could ever change things in the world, we would check if you have a social media before you come to group event gatherings now. Because people show that we might need to go deeper measures. You can't go out on Bourbon Street or take a walk in. Come on, man. They even been cutting up in Paris somewhere. I saw on the news the other day. Paris or France. They was out there rioting, because protesting and rioting is two different things. Rioting might not be looked at as such a peaceful measure. You're legally going out there just messing up things in the public. I would say even if you're not still physically doing it, that's something to think about. I bet people always believe rioting is just going out physically, publicly, doing something inappropriate to a property that's not yours, or just doing it publicly. If you're doing it any type of way, that's still like a form of rioting. Just like I believe there's several forms of protest as well. Okay, y'all keep up with me, because this is inspirational, insightfulness topics. What we can learn, it's not just shedding the spotlight on stories and say, well, what can we learn over here? Just staying alive these days. If you woke up this morning, God bless you. You got to get through another day. Just try to complain less and watch what you begin to see happen around you. 9 times out of 10, if you let envy or jealousy cloud your judgment, you are missing the opportunity to literally put your own self out there on the line and see what you were capable of to begin with. You are letting that consume your time, your energy, your thoughts. You're surrounding them by jealousy and envy. And if you do that, how do you have time to see what that golden nugget was for you? That's what's scary for any of us to think about. We don't have time for certain emotions too long. Jealousy is a natural emotion. It's actually on the emotion chart with happy, sad, anger. They might not put the envy one on there unless it's like deeper emotion teaching focus, like envy. You wouldn't put that probably on a kindergarten emotion chart. Because it's teaching them how to communicate at an early age when they are in public school, how to communicate with their emotions properly, because they would now be learning how to name, identify, even tell you how they feel as early as kindergarten. We were learning the emotion chart already. Do you feel frustrated? Do you feel happy? Do you feel average today? Are you excited? That's a step above happy. If you have joy, I would say that's a step above all three of them. Joy is like a unmovable type of insight. Yeah, like a joy is like a stamp. To be joyous about something, that's more of a verb, but just to have joy, for one to possess joy, not something bringing them joy, just them possessing it. Like, I would say that's a more permanent, higher level of what you would call happy or excited. Because surprise ties into joy sometimes too, where you actually don't know why you're happy. You see what I'm saying? Or you didn't know that you were about to be happy about something. It was a surprise. And surprises can be come from another way too. Learning, even when we're by ourselves, everything is like a tipsy topsy. I say that because there's no way around it. Like, it's two sides. That's it. Anything else gotta be nothing but an illusion. You gotta have your positive and negative. Anything else contributes to the positive or negative somehow, or doesn't exist at all, if you ask me. It's really nothing else. Like, there's a positive and negative side to everything when I think about it at the end of the day. And how people choose to benefit from both sides in their own ways for selfish reasons is stupid. Because their lives are lost. I'm going to try to go find some of their videos just because I want to today and watch them and pay my respects and just support. And because I believe I've seen some of them. How long was their, I wonder how long they had been on there. Because that matters too. Let's say somebody just stepping in the game as a streamer. Like, they literally haven't been doing it but 6 months or something. But yeah, that's like going from not in the game at all to jumping in the game, and it's like 60,000 people at this tournament. That's how it is in some careers. What you mean? But I would still say you better to be amidst those 60,000 than not to be trying to adjust to your purpose at all. Yeah, it's going to be scary. You're around 60,000 other people all of a sudden in this big, huge ass arena. But you know what you could do. You know, you're a bull, but still, you ain't been there but 6 months, 12 months, 24 months. Some people been in the game longer. You got to give them their respects and stuff too. I don't care what industry it is, what job, what career, what profession, what skill, what talent, what gift. They say there's always somebody better. That quote alone, I don't know about y'all, can keep me humble. There's always somebody better. It don't matter who don't like it. That's not putting people in a competitive mindset. I hope you have to have a healthy competitive mindset, if you ask me. Okay? There's nothing wrong with competitive. It's competition. That's just how the world is. It's competition everywhere you look. Let's all think about it. Not because you're in that mindset every day, but I would say stand on guard, just ready to uh, put your work in where you're willing to every day. That's not too much to ask from anybody. You're not even making it a competition every day. You're just showing up, type of deal. That's why I say it do matter with some of these stories. How somebody happened to have a phone, a camera, live streaming, or they on social media. Actually, when stuff go down. Okay, for example, you can be in public, a group of people get in a fight. You just there. You're not in the fight. You don't know none of the people in the fight, but everybody fighting. A fight or flight response makes sense in that scenario because you might immediately think safety, like you got people brawling, let me get away. Or you might stay like most people are today. They just pull their phone out and get to recording people. They don't even know. Because they said, oh, this for my social media account. This for World Star Hip Hop. They just finna go post it too, wherever. That's where I say it went far. Like, yeah, you got your privacy with your camera, your devices, your technology. That's your independent right, what you do with it, duh. But I say that's going way further when you begin posting it. And it ain't even your right. Because you were recording other people to begin with. It depends on your status, who you are, I get it. Some people, they have to record shit. You know, I get it. But just to say, if you're busy living your life, you don't have time to do that all day. It's almost like everybody needs to walk around, everybody, not just the officers, everybody needs to walk around with a body cam. I just wonder what all we will see. You'll see a lot. Everybody have a body cam on. Not to give them any ideas out there. Cause what do it take for sure? Like, come on, bro. You just gonna have a group of people that come in society all of a sudden like, yeah, we're gonna wreck the internet like this. That's crazy. I mean, you just do have that handful that always want to go out with a bang or whatever they got going on. It never was safe. That's all I'm saying. If you don't have permission, a whole teacher got fired for that. We did a podcast segment on it last year or the year before. Not to spread his business or make him feel worse about the situation, for awareness. He probably got his job back. That's not the point right now. I'm mentioning it because he got fired. He wasn't even doing nothing bad. What was bad is just you were recording in your classroom and people didn't like it. And that's deep if the teacher can't record what they do in the classroom. But it was from his own, that's why I say they take it further. Like, if you post it on your account, when you start P-O-S-T, 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 that's the magical word here. When you post, even with this news story right now, posting is a whole nother, that's a whole decision and choice every time you do it. P-O-S-T, P-O-S-T. If you post your location, if you post, tag where you at. Oh, you in Florida? You on a vacation? Yeah, sure. You can tag it on social media. Show everybody where you are. It's like they put it out there as a whole option. Not to defend people, because people, that's their choice too. You don't have to. One guy they were interviewing, he said, look, I only post my locate or beautiful pictures of where I was after I leave a location, which does seem, we ain't gonna even say smarter. Safer is the word. It's the internet, bro. Like, okay, you're gonna say, yeah, I'm out here at the racetrack. I'm at the race show. I'm at the football game. People been doing it. Just saying where they at. And you know what they hit you with? Well, it's my right. I can post. That's what they're going to defend themselves and say. I can post, it's my right. Okay, just remember that. You sitting there posting your location, posting pictures, who you with out. All right. People been getting more weird with that. Just they're watching they think your life now. All they need is your social media. They have the profile of it. They don't even need to get close to you no more. Like, oh, I just follow you here. It's a natural response, but it's one that we got to be careful with. Look what happened to them. It's just sad. There's nothing wrong with awareness topics, insightfulness topics. You got young people out here still use social media today. There was a young CNA, home aide, that had got fired recently too for recording while she was at work. It's just more people are cutting down on it anyway. It's good to see it. So you're grown adults. They're not telling you can't bring your device to work. It ain't got that far yet. Leave it in y'all car. Y'all know some companies like that. It depends on where you work. You literally, I've had positions like that. Probably just, I don't know why I say positions, but like, it depends though what type of equipment you're around. Like you do have to lock the device up in the workroom or your car if you have one outside. Some companies straight up, they've been like that. Before social media, you couldn't bring your phone. Hit that like button if you ever worked in one of those. I wasn't gonna say what it is, but like I ain't gonna say the company, but certain type of warehouses. Like I said, it could be certain equipment and things that's running all day. Other reasons they don't want phones in there. They want your full attention on that shift, working with that machinery and products and stuff. Some companies you couldn't bring your phone in the building. Other companies wouldn't know about it. They freedoms, but that's the word we were using. They get to bring it there. They never said we can't bring them no more. But people have been getting fired for being on social media while they at work. Because they go show that they are. That's stupid. They got to post pictures, everything. Videos. I can see a caption post where you're writing. Because we all know you get a break. You get 3 breaks at some jobs, depending on how long your shift is. Some employers just cool. Take a break when you need to. I can't say when I become a boss. As a boss, this would be my mind frame. Take as many breaks as you need to. Just make sure you get this job done, type of deal. Of course, if we see you taking advantage of the work time, jobs can't be like that because they are paying you for about an hour. So what you look like taking 10 breaks? That's what I'm saying. Some jobs it's just natural. If it ain't no business at the moment, you on a break. You're not being paid for it or nothing, but you're on a break. Ain't no business right now. You gotta find something to do. But most jobs you are gonna have at least 3, or you're gonna have an hour-long break. So posting on social media, we understand. I guess in that way, you can make a post. I think it ain't nothing even wrong with the photos as long as it's just that person in it. It's your account. Don't be showing nobody in the background around you. Why we want to see that? Just because you want to take a... People got to respect that more. They be on vacation sometimes too. Like, look, I'm at the beach. You took a picture, but it's like the location you chose. It's like 10, 20 other people around you in the background. Hopefully with their backs turned, because if it's not, everybody just seeing their face for your picture. You didn't know that person. People do wherever they're from or where they came from. People don't like it. I'm okay if they have to get to the level of, it's like almost understandable. Surveillancing people more and all of this, I say why not just surveillance the social media itself? The stipulations on it when it comes to workplace laws and stuff like that too. They leave it up to the state, I guess, at the end of the day. They leave it up to the states, but really it should be like that everywhere. Any state you're in, there's internet, there's social media. That's one thing that isn't common. No matter what state you're in. I'm not saying they should make people leave the phones outside in the car in the lockers when they're. That was different when we were talking about the students. But maybe banning getting on social media during work. What would that mean for content creators though? That is their work. So they literally streaming or going live or however they do it. It's gonna get to the point, man, you're not one of those content creators. See how it's so easily accessible for anybody to do it? I don't think it's gonna be like that for long. A lot of stuff going on. We have stuff been going on. You can't even go no more. Some people wherever they at, they just live, and you can hear the chaos. You hear they life because that's the point of it. Streaming live, whatever is in a background, you're gonna hear it. If they showing a webcam or they cell phone camera, you're gonna see them too. That's how they work. We can slow down and still throw gems out here to even young people. Like, hey, let your friends do that, but your friends ain't really got to do it either. Everybody ain't got to know every location you post, because there are people you don't know out there who are looking for people who do that. First of all, you didn't do nothing to nobody. They just already looking for people who show their backgrounds, show where they're at, their location, show where they go. They already looking, I'm sure. Like, and people just still like, now it's my right, I'm gonna show my life. Okay, let's see where this goes. That don't mean people ain't still gonna be looking. Now, sometimes they might get even more curious. Like, well, now you're not showing it and posting it all the time. Like, all we can see is your content. That's all it needs to be. For all content creators, they don't even show your personal life. Just getting to that point. Like, don't show a background of your picture, where you at, where you doing literal work. Actually, if anything, they should be the ones with the clearance to have their phones at work. Content creators. Period. They have to have it. Or their laptop devices, tablets. People do content with different type of devices, okay? They might got the Apple cameras, the tripod stands. They got the bright lights they need to make the content pop. You know, got the light, the background. What you mean? That's a lot of work that go into that for them. They can have their phone at work. All these other people, in my opinion, they don't need their phone. They don't need to be on social media at work. Content creators have to be on social media at work. Look at how people would try to come in and just manipulate. Like, no, bro. That's what I'm looking at. It's people, they can't be losing their life. You don't just go to work at Burger King and lose your life. You don't just go to work at a corporate place and lose your life every day. You don't go to a doctor's office and work there and lose your life going to work. So I don't think this should start being allowed or started with content creators either. They actually had a clearance to have their phone on social media. Think about it. You need your phone to do a clip, a short, a recording. You don't need it, but it's a whole device you're paying for every month. If not the device, the service. This will get deeper, like, you paying for the service. Let's talk about that part. The device itself already come with the flashlight you need for a good video. Any photo, video, you might have a flash. That's what we're talking about. And we're talking, phones come with high-tech flash cameras now. Some cameras even had a timer. You can set timer it. You can do filters. It's cool. We love it. We know the millennials and Gen X, even the older people Everybody loves social media these days. So people do have to be aware of what be going on. Listen to these news stories. Some saying don't listen to the news. Hey, some of them, they do know what they're talking about. You can't say they didn't do a story or there weren't warnings. It was happening to other people. Whole influencers and content creators. I keep saying content creators, but I mean influencers too. Yeah. Influencers, like that mean like just somebody with a big following, maybe on IG, Twitter, any type of influencer. All of them been suffering different things, and that's ridiculous, bro. And that's people work too. That looks like a whole clear indication of like what? People saying watch your circle. That ain't it. That ain't it. That's a little of it. Watch your circle. If you on social media and the internet any type of way, your circle could be a Cheerio, and you still got surrounded in the outside water. The Cheerio is like the shape of a circle. Like on the outside perimeter, you don't know what's out there. You just in the Cheerio. But once you're on the internet, it's definitely other stuff out there. That's you having a good time. We're not judging them. If anything, when God calls his angels back home like this, I mean, because in my opinion, I can reverence to this couple as angels. Any couple that get out there and influence in a positive way, showing people how to love one another, showing people why it's essential for their children to see correctly and love one another correctly. Our daughters and sons should know what it looked like for a man to properly love a woman and for a woman to properly love a man. She might cook all the time, clean, tend to the family's needs, turn into a nurse some days, the mother. But kids also seeing that whole dynamic. We're not saying any couple on social media wants to. I'm going to call them angels. Anyway, you don't always know the creators or the influencers, but you support them from miles away. We don't mean physically. We mean through a like, through a heart, through a positive. Because this is creators too. It is worth talking about to the level of notoriety. The views don't come. Let's make that known again. The views don't come without the notoriety. I didn't say fame. I didn't say attention. I said notoriety. Eating a Cheerio, like I said, live in a box, video games, eat pizza all day, and literally be a content creator who gets millions of views every day. I think people fear is with those jobs too. People will become more like that. You know, the more they can do technically from home, from more of a comfort space, are they becoming more just, I don't know. It ain't nobody business what people do in their home. If you work from home, that's just what you do. If you call service rep, any of that, you can have your blanket, your dog, your coffee, make a bacon sandwich, everything right there from home. Nobody, I just envy that. It's past the time out to assess it. Like you are doing it from home because they're technical jobs. It's the age of technology, bro. It's like, who keep trying to crash that? That's crazy. But it could be all meant. We've only seen. That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to assess a compromise as a citizen, as a person in this world today. If it begins to advance as rapidly as it's been, it's like everybody's showing us. Everybody can't handle that. They're already showing us. You have to put those stipulations online just as quick every time you do a new update. I wouldn't care if it's just an update on filters, an update on emojis. Every time you do an update, some type of stipulations too. Thinking about the people, the consumers you're actually, I'm not going to even use the word targeting, the consumers that you are reeling in, making sure the safety measures that surround it That's great, even if they can pay and get your service or business or product, or okay, but are they safe when they do it? What you mean? Even on social media, y'all probably like they don't have to pay nothing to be influencers. You don't know what they have to behind the scenes: Wi-Fi, phone bill, cameras, lights, backdrops, T-shirt, props, merch. Some of these channels have merch, websites, shop files you can go visit. Y'all thought they just, I mean, a person can try to make it looking at like, oh, they just sit at home and talk. I don't know. Okay, if they're a podcaster going in the direction of broadcasting or any of that, that's their business. But it really wouldn't just be sitting at home. That's what I'm trying to say. You have bills to pay that would even surround you having access to be able to do something like that. Which, once again, Wi-Fi, data, Wi-Fi box, however your household does it. A phone is not the only way to record content. That's not how I was trying to put it. But those that more record the con where they're talking, I'm trying to break it down. Like, see, y'all probably maybe need to understand more what these content creators and influencers been going through. We put them in a bucket. Oh, you chose to get on the internet. Not our problem. They got dating sites. Look at the freedoms, though. Look at that. Dating sites, social media. I consider dating sites still social media. And it's crazy too. I think people still mess with dating sites like that. If they do, I'm gonna shut up on that one. Like, why would you still be on there these days? Some people really are looking for love, friendship, companionship, but I would say though that way just ain't the way no more. There's so many people catfishing and doing stupid stuff, and you gotta meet them from a distance. That's not safe. Everybody don't have the emotional maturity to understand long distance, commitment in long distance, sovereignty. Maybe you do meet them, but you still wanna remain who you are. Everybody don't have the emotional intelligence for that, but you got whole dating sites where anybody can just go make a profile as long as they pay a subscription. You gotta have stipulations as these advances happen. I'm talking about every time they have a new company, new features to make their ratings and usage go up, where the stipulations, and they usually have that disclaimer, privacy act, law, contract, if you pay attention to that stuff when you sign up for an account on any social media platform. If you pay attention, I guess they don't expect us to go back and refer to it or look at it like, hey, what is my rights on this platform? Because the way people's lives be on it, are they safe? Going back to that question. The way people can just expose other people's life. You're at the park. You took some pictures. You didn't take the time to make sure ain't nobody in the background. Somebody might want to come just sue you because you posted that picture. They in the background. They know what they look like. They see your picture somewhere. They're like, I'm in the background. Take the picture to sit there and post it anywhere. The picture or video. It's crazy, like, and it ain't just you in it. We literally live in a time, make sure that people are okay. Why you want to pull your phone out and record them on the road is understandable. Like I said, there's some situations you have to record. You just had a wreck, or you trying to prevent a wreck. So you might have your dash cam on. In case people didn't know, some people still ride with those on, with whole dash cams in their car, not because they're Uber, just because they want to, because they have a right. But driving, you usually can't just have your camera like that. You might be using GPS, something else. I sure didn't. But any content you do on the road too, because you see a lot of people do it from their cars and on the road, They can't control who's surrounding them. That's a whole fact when you moving mobily doing content. Let's talk about it, because people want to come out here doing all this while people go live streaming, literally popping up on them. Like, okay, what kind of hatred and envy, greed stuff is that? When you can just sit there and make your own channel. Like, that's crazy, bro. And if you even need assistance, reach out to another person to ask to help you. That might not be how we all did it, but that's a whole fact. You need skills or help, or you want to start something similar to somebody, you just ask how to do it. But it ain't that easy for everybody. You think everybody just gonna sit there? No, I want to do that. They just want to step in. I'ma just watch how you do it. I'ma watch you. Really, you can't be mad, but give that person their flowers and props. They are an influencer then. Whether you want it to be known, you're publicly watching them or not. They influencing you. I wasn't gonna say it out loud, but I would say that's a whole way that you can see that. The extra just be the extra. But if you literally can go back and find the timestamp of when you yourself began doing something, and publicly, and you shared what you live. Like some jobs, if you do marketing and promotion, social media is like some people be on there for whole work. That's what we was just talking about. This ain't a person just jumped in the water and said, oh, let me start getting on it. You were on it before. Even it's proof. Like, you work for, hey, anybody want an iPhone? AT&T, sign them up. Light companies, they use social media for work. We've done it a long time. And people could contact you. That was the great thing about an instant message. Yes, I want a phone contract, or I want a cable contract. Back then, cable was more popular. I want, you said you can switch my lights. I need a cheaper deal on my electricity. I want to switch what company, and you can help them right there from social media. Just kind of reflecting on the things that people are interceding with when they want to be the bad seeds for the whole group. Because a lot of people use the internet to go to work. Like, straight up. They got some of their best clients, customers, long-term friendships. Some people even their spouses right there on social media. So it's like another home to some of us. It's okay to admit it. It's like it grew with you. If something came out during your youth or during a time you can literally remember it came out, yeah, that becomes part of you now. If you, especially if you use it, you've been on since it came out. You've been aware of it. MySpace, all of it. Like, nobody's ashamed of it. Social media is a part of everybody. That's all I was trying to say. Probably not currently or at the same time all the time, because some people choose not to have accounts at all. That's what it's getting to. They say they have more peaceful lives. It's documentaries on it for those that want to go, yep, I'm just here to inspire your research a little bit. We can never be bored. Anybody still using that word, something's wrong today. BORED. I mean, there probably are some exemptions, because they can't move around as much as everybody. If you are able-bodied and you saying you bored at any given moment, something's wrong. Because even if you're resting, you're not bored. You're in a resting state. So what are you bored for? That word, if you're able-bodied, that's just like part of vocabulary to me. Bored. Even if you're asleep, taking a shower, cooking, how are you bored? Write a paper, an essay, research something, read a book. What are you bored? Go ask your neighbor, is there something I can volunteer with in town? I guarantee Think about it, guys. If you go to your town hall, city, state building, I'm not saying just for a job, just to volunteer. Go to somewhere, a food restaurant. Hey, manager, can I take the boxes out for you every day in the back? Let me take them. You don't have to pay extra for the dump truck. You just pay me, I'll come get the trash. Volunteer something like that, or that for work when you're able-bodied, because bored aware. There's so many things a person can do today. Or maybe that's just me. Like, oh, you just saying you don't get bored often. I wouldn't say that it just naturally mean you have a lot of energy. How you choose to, you stand in that power with yours. Like you decided a long time ago in your mind what is bored. Or bored could have been a self-sabotaging thing at one point, right? Literally, somebody could say in their mind, all I gotta do is make her bored. She gonna do something stupid. Cause some people really is like that. If they are not using a time in a positive manner, I'm not here to knock it. I understand. That's stupid, but trouble is easy to get into, hard to get out of. You let yourself, when I look at it in a deeper way, you can't let yourself get too bored. Stupid stuff start happening. Anybody. So just get it out of your vocabulary as an inspirational topic. Get it out of your mind. Bored. Where? So yeah, I was saying, now some people's live streams can be boring to you. That's why there's a million different channels. Trust me, a plethora of topics and information these days. Even if one channel bores you. That is so crazy. Like, you can go somewhere else. That's why I don't like this story of how that couple just lost their life. Big streamers, like live videos, they had a big following. You gotta be bored. Let's go back to that word, to sit there and drive around. And show you doing it. You're showing that you're driving around. Before the what, y'all gotta go check the story out for yourselves. You wanna show, like, yeah, I'm looking, like a person could be like, I'm looking for a person, or yeah, I'm out here. And they wanna show them actually like driving. Cause some people, they say and feel what they mean. Like, hey, I'm about their life. Right there on the internet. So let me go back to what I was saying. Bored get anybody in that type of situation. Find yourself riding around. I don't care what the beef was. People would try to dictate how you should handle things. But I don't care what the beef was. If both of y'all was big and y'all, they said she more, it's just my opinions. Reflections to this very, very fresh and recent news story about this situation that happened on the Las Vegas Strip. Creators were trying to live stream. It's different if streaming is somebody just randomly. That's how they keep trying to make it look. Like, oh, you just happen to be out and somebody did something. And masses of people in that area were affected. I'm tired of that. Even this story though, they was like, oh, dude was like riding around or just saying certain things. I don't know if you want to call it a threat, but people will do that on the internet, whether they openly threaten you or not. It's stupid, because people do be live streaming or whatever. That's what's different about this story. I don't know why. I'm gonna share it really quick. And no, I'm not trying to beat Martin Luther King. He was his own respectful person in his own right. And I'm myself. And I'm in a different quote unquote time zone, time generation, time. It's all different. But it seems to be the same societal factors that affect us. So when I say I have a dream, I'm going to be Martin Luther King. I was going to share it. Should I share it? Okay, because sometimes I feel like dreams can give us perceptions into things. I mean, we could just look at them like they fly out of the middle of the sky, and we just all have random dreams. I mean, we can look at it that way. But when they're detailed, everything, I think it means something. When you're seeing colors in dreams, numbers, certain faces. I've been teaching or just giving my opinion a long time that seeing, hearing, feeling is not enough. Confirming what you are seeing, hearing, feeling is enough. But not doing it, just feeling like you see senses, but that's not enough. Like, confirm those senses if you will. I don't think it's my trust issues. I think it's wise. You could be seeing, you think a bird in the street. It's just how it acts. That's what I'm saying. Like, you going off your sense alone and not the, I don't know, like confirming what you see, hear, feel, taste. Then you would be spending your whole life. It does sound like a lot of work, I'm sure, but you will be spending more time. You'll be way too busy to get bored. Trust me. When I was talking about the bored thing, you'll be too busy to get bored if you're too busy confirming everything you see, hear, touch, feel. You're too busy researching. Like, hey, did I feel this? Did I see this? Did I hear this? Some stuff you ain't got to research. You was right there. You know you heard it. You know? A person like that looking for every confirmation possible. That's the level they on. Not just what they see, hear, feel, touch, and smell no more. Can I confirm that? I might say it stink, but it's only because the trash needs to be taken out. And then the trash is taken out and it no longer stinks. So did it really stink, or did the trash just need to be taken out? Like that. Like, I'm that type of critical thinker for no reason. And it's okay. It's not about teaching 1,000 people to think like you to me when I come and get my insightful topics. But once again, to inspire us into our own research. Now, all the knowledge, that's what's crazy. All the knowledge that's out there, people rather learn how to do what hurt others. It's weird. People rather learn what makes them the top of the competition. It's so much more to learn, I promise. That's your competition. People seeing it on you like, man, that person is chasing confirmations. They don't even just want the truth. They want the confirmation on top of the truth. Like, what happened? Like, why are they like they are? Because you have to be, like I said, if you just say it stink and then you take the trash out and it don't stink, did it really stink? That trash just needed to go out. But people would just stop there. Yeah, girl, I had a dream it stunk. Like, where's the confirmations, bro? Did you understand? It ain't even to mock nobody. Like, I always believe that about visions, dreams, perceptions, imaginations. Like, you have to go back and confirm what you were feeling, seeing, touching, hearing. Even if it take you 12 years. Why you just experiencing something? You don't want to get to the bottom of it? And if you busy doing that, ain't no way you're going to get bored. And like, oh, I'm finna go watch them because they on live, they out in public. I'm not going to do it. That's exactly why I don't go live in public. They just going, oh, she at Walmart, shit. They can see me. That's different, because that's how the world was before social media. You can see me at Walmart and know that I'm an influencer or a streamer or a content creator or whatever. But me just like streaming, choosing to do that, like, oh, let me go live while I'm here. and get on camera and show everybody what I'm shopping. It do sound fun. Like, I like the channels that do it. They do all kind of stuff live. Like, I love channels that's what people love, because they know that the content is raw, it's real, like it's in real time. Which I mean, live is one of the biggest features of the world right now on social media, in my argument. That one feature alone, not the emoji feature, not the post, none of that, just live streaming. Argue me about that. So yeah, as much as stuff advanced, like, go ahead and have those stipulations, laws, rules that's protecting people as well. That's just what it keeps being. The freedom cannot outweigh, how can I say this? You know what I'm saying? Where it get to the point like, okay, everybody got the freedom to do this, and that, and they saying it's their right, and they gonna go live in public because it's their right. You gotta do more awareness and teach the people, like, yeah, just like it's your right to go do anything. Wouldn't you prefer? Because every choice, let's be honest, even if it's choosing to eat a piece of cake, every choice is not going to be the healthiest choice. Like, for your whole 70-year, 60, 50-year lifespan, every single choice you made was the most beneficial to your life. Not many people get to that level. Let's be honest with ourselves. Not many people get to that level. Yeah. Even like I said, if it's eating, you could say, ugh, she smokes. I could say, well, ugh, you just ate a piece of cake. All those carbs. And it's so crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody is making every single healthy choice they can possibly make. That's a lot of self-love. Like, nope, nothing but healthy choices for my whole lifespan. Anything you can think of today is a risk anyway. Whether it's a good one or a bad one, it's a whole risk. That's the awareness. I'm with the side that's saying, stop posting live locations. That's different if you just happen to be somewhere, because it's been a lot of stories coming out like that too, where an influencer, somebody that was well known. Let's talk about Young Dolph. Let's talk about the most recent rapper, Lil Ronnie out of Texas. These was people in the moment minding their business. Real talk. Let's keep the like beef out of it for a second. Like, whatever beef they could have had going on with another creator, influencer, let's keep that out of it for a second. Let's just, you an influencer, you know, whether you're at a car wash, the mall, you go to the car lot to pay your car note. You go to the mortgage office to pay your mortgage. Like, people have lives out here. That's why I'm giving these type of examples. You go to the post office to pick up some mail. You're an influencer, whether you're on camera at that moment or not, showing what you're doing all the time. Like live streamers do. They might take the camera with them everywhere they go. And it's totally legal right now. But when you have the people that just mess it up and say, oh yeah, we're gonna start targeting people that do that, of course that feature wouldn't be around long. Y'all gonna make them mess around and take down the live streaming feature just because of how people abusing it. But I mean, people are even shocked it's lasted this long. All the type of stuff that ends up leaked and shown, because people have access to live stream where they can literally show footage across the world at the same time. One footage. That's crazy. I just say people messing it up. Because look how some people use it positively. Like, oh, okay, I'm finna live stream me on a vacation in Jamaica. And show people who might not ever get to travel here, ever get to visit in their whole entire life, what it's like over here in Jamaica. Like, some people, the closest they will get to certain experiences is a video or a live stream experience. Because it was like they were actually there in real time while the person recorded. This is how close people want to be with you. Like, going live is not enough. Live is right there. Like, you can chat right there. You can chat. Shout out to Nocturnal. We love you. If you're into gaming channels, tech stuff like that, you're cute. Y'all might like her channel. She got some real cool edits and fliperamas and cartoon edits she does. Cause in my family, we're just creative artists like that, and we want to show it. So it'll probably even be like what I do is going to be different from what my kids are into, but it'll probably be more of our work versus me talking on my face and presence as much. I'm going to go ahead and brace everybody for that too. But that's an exciting thing because you're more seeing, you got to see the author or you got to see the writer, and you introduced yourself like this many times. But just laying that work back on the table, you could lay past work anytime. But we always love a new fresh project because first of all, technology is encouraging us to advance with our work. You see, it can't just be like, oh no, these apps are for certain people. When did it turn into that? It ain't like that on TikTok. That's probably why they're one of the biggest apps right now. Popular, when we talk about popularity. TikTok is not biased at all. Like, very seldomly do you hear no app is perfect, but very seldomly do you hear people come out with stories on TikTok like, oh, I'm not getting my money, I'm not being monetized, I'm not getting my views. You don't hear that over there. Long as I know, but I'm sharing awareness. Like, nobody complains about the work they do on TikTok. And they're a very diverse community. Like, all type of different people have accounts. It's just scary to know people be out here wanting to know more about, like, you already have an account, you don't need to know nothing else, just watch the content. They want to get in the account, around you. It's like, come on, man, y'all taking the fun out of social media and live streaming. Somebody got to say it. What Kendrick Lamar say? Somebody got to do it. Look how, we giving whole live features. Because some people might be listening and be like, what she mean when she say live? Live. Otherwise, you would pronounce it live. But live is one of those words that actually have two different meanings and is pronounced different. But it like live and live. Live. Live is live. Live is live. So when you're live, it's like real time something, a video like that, like you recording. But anyways, authorities are just after it. They are giving a word of advice, like, don't just sit on a live stream for too long. Once I heard that, I'm like, yeah, man, they just messing it up. They should never have to come out and tell us that as a precaution of safety. Like, if a person want to live stream for 8 hours, they should be able to do that. 8 hours all day of their time, just like if they had a work shift. But they have to tell the people that, because, like, people will say, oh, this person live, they here, so I'm finna pull up. I know they there. If we're here today, we're very blessed to be here today, man. All they were doing is live streaming for their channel. That's it. You can't help. That's the point of it. Like the audience or crowd that we attract. Ain't that something? People wouldn't just flock. Like I've even subscribed to channels people wouldn't even think I'd be interested in. It ain't even about keeping up with that person. Let's make that clear. And these are just my opinions, comments, and reaction to a real news story. It's like me as an influencer, content creator. If I ever follow a channel or support a channel, that's why I'm using the word support. Like it's you. Of course, you wish the best for the creator, or you don't have the content. You don't even have the channel. But I never get invested into their life to the point where, oh, I like that content creator. How much they make? I gotta get in a business. I gotta get around them. That's true fanship. Like true fanship. It is rawest, purest form. Like we want to get to the bottom. I heard with some of these content creators, they get involved. Like they'll call CPS themselves. People right here from the internet. They don't have to know you. They just show CPS your channel. Or something they disagree with your kids on the content. People know it's true. Content creators been going through that. I'm not saying don't be careful. You do gotta look into stuff. I guess you can be a stranger off the internet. I hope people knew, cause you putting your life all on it. One lady have her daughter. She do dances, the boots on the ground dance, and people tried to come for her because of how young her daughter was, but she loved to dance. And like I just watched stories like that because it was a true story. And she got really popular and went viral on the internet because it can happen. And some people choose to make a business opportunity out of it. It is what it is. They should be safe while they're trying to work though. People got to remember about home insurance, renter insurance, business insurance. It actually exists. If you need a whole plan for your business. Because if you're a content creator and you stream from home or from your office or from a studio, you still are going to need a safe place to work. Just like I said, everybody not going to work every day, not coming home. It's more understandable with a cop, a firefighter, like more tedious work. Or you like out there on the field, a soldier or something. Most people, when they go to work, they come back home. They good after the shift. They're able to go back home, go to the store, do whatever they need to do after work. That's usually how it goes. Once you clock out, the day is yours. So if you're watching a person already, people intent matter. That's all it come down to. It ain't got to be a lot of confusion and beef on the internet. Even Musk and Elon and Trump have tried to make amends with each other. I was actually happy to see that in the headlines. I mean, if it matters to anybody. Because any two mature people, they can come together in business mind. Not saying they the most mature in the world. I'm just saying where they can both realize like, hey, maybe we bump heads. We didn't have to bump heads. It's good to see that publicly. Just as public as you see when people are at heads with each other. You can't be happy to see that and then not like, and you see, okay, they trying to squash their beef and it didn't say if they're going to move forward or what yet. It's just good to see that. Because before the internet, if you just had to find somebody, I guess that's why I say take you back to like the thought of Tupac days or something. Like people just riding on each other. They're becoming a culture. I ain't talking about like drive-bys or nothing like that. I'm talking about like before social media. Like if a person wanna find something, there was no live or GPS like that. Live videos where you can post the location, and like I said, it make you think of the Tupac situation, because like you're not even, it would have to be like some whole different stuff back then, because you didn't have location to find that person. Like had to have a security on lock for sure. It wasn't as many stars if you didn't make it then, because there was no internet. I guess it's supposed to be like, look y'all, anybody can become a star. It's like great to know that. You gotta be careful what goes viral too. Some people go viral for the wrong reasons. Some people know for all kind of different stuff on the internet. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. Thank you guys for tuning in to another live segment with You Will Make It TV, where we give insightfulness topics, inspirational quotes, and insightful messages. In 2025, don't forget to subscribe soon, like, and share with a friend. Thank you. RIP to that couple again. Condolences to their families and respect. I was already calling them angels, because anybody that promotes healthy, loving relationship or marriage, coupleship like that, I just respect it. No matter how the beef turned out on the internet or what anybody else feel against them. But thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time.